Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and the honorable judges. My name is Kinara, and today I would like to tell you a love story of Hades and Persephone. Persephone is a daughter of Zeus and Demeter, the goddess of harvest. Demeter was very protective of her daughter, keeping her naive from the ways of the world, and dressing her as a child, even as she grew into an adult. One day, Hades, the god of the underworld, glanced up at the world above and saw Persephone playing with a group of nymphs in the field. As Hades observed Persephone, he was thinking, "What a beautiful woman! I must marry her and make her as my queen." He ended up going back to watch her very often, feeling his heart soften each time. Finally, he convinced himself to go to Olympus and ask Zeus. "Zeus, my dear brother, you know that I wouldn't ask you this if I wasn't sure about my feelings. I can't stand myself thinking about your daughter Persephone every single time. With your blessing, please allow me to marry her and take her to live with me." Zeus was happy with this turn of events and replied, "Of course, my brother." Then he consented to the marriage. However, Hades knew that Demeter would be against his idea. So with Zeus' permission, he arranged the marriage secretly and took Persephone to the underworld without Demeter knowing. Demeter quickly noticed that her daughter was gone and looked frantically for her. Eventually, she found a farmer who had witnessed all of it, and Demeter grew furious, swearing that the ground would not produce a stalk of wheat until Persephone was returned. In the underworld, Persephone was distressed. Hades was so kind to her and gave her many gifts, but she yearned for her mother and the world above. Hades put Persephone's throne right next to him, and unlike the other gods, allowed her equal rule alongside him. Persephone felt conflicted. She missed her mother, but Hades was the only person who had ever treated her like an adult. Hades noticed his wife's sadness. Then he asked, "My dear Persephone, what is in your mind that makes you this sad?" "Oh, my sweetheart, I love you. I also like being here with you, but I miss my mother, and I know that she can't live without me as well." "I promise you, we will figure this out someday, my dear," replied Hades. Meanwhile, in the world above, Demeter started to disobey her rule as the god of harvest. There were drought, the farmers couldn't harvest anything from their farm. This whole situation resulted to starvation. Seeing this condition, Zeus then went underworld and told his problems to Hades. Together, they came out with the solution that Persephone will spend 6 months in the world with her mother, and the other 6 months with Hades in the underworld. Neither Demeter nor Hades were completely content with this agreement, but Zeus made it so. People said that this condition that makes the season changed. During the 6 months Persephone with her mother, the earth warmed and became fertile. Yet the other 6 months Persephone lived in the underworld, Demeter mourned and the vegetation died. The end. The message of this story is we should be able to let go of something and treat everyone equally. The faith might not be the same as we wish, yet we can't be selfish and accept that. That's all, and thank you for listening.